I saw the boys the other day. We're going to go back to Newton Haven.
Why?
5 guys, 12 pubs, 50 pints. 60 pints.
Steady on, you alky.
This is our chance to finally finish what we started. We are going to do the Golden Mile, and this time
We are going to see it through to the bitter end. Or lager end.
Good evening, Raymondo. The prodigal son's returned.
Huh?
What do you recommend?
Beer.
One tap, what's this?
What? What the hell is this? Why are we even here? We are here to get annihilated.
So about a week ago, we saw this little movie that's coming out soon.
It's a little independent movie called The World's End.
Yeah,
no one's really looking forward to
It's
it.
the end to this trilogy that had 2 other movies that
They weren't very good.
Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I think that's the name of it. Yeah.
But
some
World's
fucking
End.
It's called like the Cornetto trilogy or
Something about ice cream.
Yeah, something about some ice
shit.
shit.
Some British gay shit.
Yeah.
This is just British, like, oh, what is this? Monty Python Part 2?
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo?
Fuck them. Yeah.
What is
And
this?
Monty Python.
Faulty Towers Part 1?
Yeah. Part 1.
What is this? What's
You
another
mean
version?
Faulty Towers?
What is this? Doctor Who?
Yeah. Fuck
Blues
that.
Clues? Nah, I'm kidding, man. I fucking love Shaun of the Dead.
We're
Hot Fuzz
kidding
and all
about
their
everything we
Simon
just
Pegg,
said.
Nick Frost, Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright, to me, can do no wrong because he made one of my favorite movies of all time, Shaun of the Dead.
I know.
Two, another one of my
favorite
favorite movies of all time, Hot Fuzz. And 3, another one of my favorite movies of all time,
Scott Pilgrim vs.
Scott
the
Pilgrim
World.
vs. the World. And now he's made yet another one of a movie I really, really, really love. I mean, I do want to say it's like one of my favorite movies. It's definitely one of my favorite movies out this year so far. I'm fine with saying that. I'm not sure if you agree with me, and if you don't, that's fine. I don't really expect you to. But we saw, I like to say, we saw a really good movie and a really good end to this trilogy, so to speak. I mean, it's not like...
No, okay, I liked it too.
It's not, it's not like Shaun of the Dead 1, 2, and 3. It's the what they call the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of run-on jokes from the beginning with Shaun of the Dead. And you can even kind of date it back to space if you watch the show. It's kind of just one long running joke, but it's all really good, and it has the same style as Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. But this one deals with a character named Gary King, played by Simon
He's
Pegg.
the king.
He's the king. And he hasn't changed since he was 19 years old.
He's a dick.
And when he was 19, him and his 4 best friends, played by Nick Frost, respectively,
Martin Freeman,
Patty Considine,
Eddie Marsan,
and Eddie Marsan.
Marsan.
Him and his friends tried to do this Golden Mile where they would go to 12 pubs
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that.
and drink, 1 pint each pub.
One
It's all
pint,
going to be in one night.
1 pint, 12 pubs, all to make it at the World's End.
Yeah, and the World's End is the last pub.
Mm-hmm.
Start from the... they're going to start from the
old-
first post. There's
Was it the first post, the old familiar, the
famous cock?
the famous cock, the 2-headed dog?
All these... Pay attention to the names when you watch the movie, because there's a reason why they're called what they're called. But finally, they're going to end off with the World's End, and they didn't make it.
No.
I think they stopped after like the 5th one, or
Yeah,
maybe
5th or
even
6th.
beforehand, someone knocked out and stuff, and they just never finished it.
Granted, it still
And
looked
they
like
all-
a fun night.
Yeah, it still seemed fun, and they all just kind of went their separate ways.
Yeah. This is
But-
like after high school. It was
Yeah,
high
it was
school, right?
senior year of their high school,
Yeah.
and now Simon Pegg is in AA. He doesn't really have much going for him. He still dresses the way he does in high school with his the Sisters of Mercy T-shirt and black. He's a
And tattoo. Don't forget the
yeah.
tattoo.
He's a goth, basically.
Pretty much.
I mean, like in the way he dresses,
Yeah.
and he's never really progressed at all.
At
Both
all.
mentally, in style, in the car he drives.
Not only that, but they like the characters reference like whatever happened to that tape that I made you in high school. Oh, here it is. We're listening to it. Like he keeps everything. He's just stuck in that time period.
And he has the idea, after telling the story about the World's End, or the Golden Mile pub crawl they were supposed to do, he gets the idea of, you know what, let's finish it.
Yeah.
So he tries to get all his friends together. They're kind of not wanting to, but They figure, oh, what the hell? Nick Frost is going to be there. I'm sorry, I forgot what his character's name is.
Yeah.
But, this was a week ago.
Well, they were his Nick Frost and Simon
Simon
Pegg
were best
friends.
You know, as they always are in these movies.
But this time, something happened to them, and they are mortal,
so there's
mortal enemies now.
There's a bunch of tension between them, and the movie just has to do with them doing the pub crawl again. But something is kind of different in this town that they used to all be a part of. And
I'm sure if you've seen the trailers, you can guess, but we won't reveal it here.
Yeah, the trailer does show a lot, so you might already know. But in case you don't, there's some pretty weird, creepy shit going on.
Yeah.
And the point is, they need to make it to the world's end, not just so that Simon Pegg can finally finish his long-time dream.
Yeah.
But it may play part in their survival.
Pretty much.
This night, making it to the last pub.
It also stars Rosamund Pike as one of the guy's sisters, and it also has a cameo by a very famous, I think he's Scottish. I don't know, Scottish, Irish, British. Yes, Irish actor that I did not expect at all, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." They only got him for like a scene, but he plays
kind of how you expect
a much bigger part
in Hot Fuzz. Any Edgar Wright movie, you expect some cameos, and this has a really good one.
Yeah. By the way, Nick Frost's character name was Andrew Knightley.
Here we go.
So Kira's brother.
All right, we're gonna ignore that and go on to what is good about this movie. I'm gonna start it off. This movie's fucking hilarious.
It's really funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
And I know I was laughing a lot more than you were, but I think it's okay. There's gonna be two camps. There's gonna be the people who love Shaun of the Dead and love Hot Fuzz just as movies on their own, and they like comedies and they think this is a fun comedy. This is a good comedy.
Yeah.
And then there's the camp I'm in where I love Shaun of the Dead and I love Hot Fuzz and I think they're really good comedies, but I get every single reference that they're referencing. And every single little inside joke that has to do with either a movie or a pop culture reference or stuff like that. And I think that's why I laughed out loud way more than you did.
I laughed. I thought this was really funny, but I think the thing is that you're talking about, I love Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. I think those movies are great. They're fucking hilarious. I love them. But I hadn't seen them in a while since when we saw this. And I actually want to see this again because I forgot where they said it, or someone said this, where Edgar Wright was like, we make our movies, for rewatchability.
Yeah, if you see Shaun of the Dead, I mean, not to spoil Shaun of the Dead, but the entire plot, or set of events that happen in Shaun of the Dead, are told when Ed and Sean are drinking at the bar after breaking up with Liz.
Oh, yeah.
Like he says, they're going to, get a Bloody Mary, buy the King's Head, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It shows what's going to happen throughout the film, and then they do that again in Hot Fuzz when mentioning certain names and stuff like that. And this one does it too.
Yeah.
It gives away what's going to happen in different aspects throughout the film, which I'm not going to spoil, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
pay
definitely
attention to the bar names.
It's definitely worth rewatching.
Yeah.
But still, I honestly think, because it wasn't like I was laughing harder than you. I mean, I kind of was. But there were also points where I was just laughing when you weren't.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I expected, okay, clearly this is a joke that I'm getting that you're not. Which is why I think there are two different kinds of fans who go out to see these movies.
I would say so.
And the same goes for Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. I mean, if I laugh at the joke in Shaun of the Dead where he goes, hello, full cheese, when he calls it an Italian restaurant, I might get that and you might not,
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I just recently watched that.
So, yeah, if you're either going to fall into the camp that this is a funny movie, and you're going to enjoy a really funny movie, or you're going to fall into the camp like me, and you're going to really love it for enjoying every single joke that's in the movie itself.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I really like this movie. And I really like the cast between, hey, guys, did you know that Simon Pegg and Nick Frost work well together in a movie? Hey, who would have thought of it? But
But then everyone
do.
else also has good chemistry within the group, too. All these kind of outsiders. Because, I mean, this is the first movie that has more than just them.
Yeah.
Taking up a lot of the screen time.
because Martin Freeman has been showcased in Hot Fuzz, and he was in Shaun.
He was in Shaun.
Yeah, but yeah, now he's like full, front and center.
And his character I really like. This uptight kind of worker guy who doesn't even really like to swear. It says WTF all the time.
Oh yeah,
Eddie Considine is used to be like constantly. Even though he was friends with Gary King, they were always competing with one another, especially when it came to women.
Yeah.
So he still kind of has this grudge against them, and it's really funny seeing them interact.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's good to see you. I fucking hate you. Like so you have all these good characters. Everyone's obviously a good actor.
And Eddie Marsan is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Am I the last
I think
name?
you're pronouncing it right.
He's like this family man who's like, I just want to, be with my wife and kids.
Yeah, he needs permission from his wife to go out and stuff like that.
So I like
all
the people.
They all have their own traits that all get worked into the film at one time or another, which I really like that they do that.
Yeah.
Number 2 thing I really love about this movie.
Fight scenes.
The fight scenes.
Are fucking awesome.
Yeah. Hot Fuzz, though it's a parody of action scenes, or it's a parody of action movies, only has that one kind of big fight at the end.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead, although it's a zombie movie, kind of only has a few scenes with like zombie action that you kind of expect from zombie movies when you think about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like...
But this movie, fight scenes all throughout it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all really, really good.
And they definitely get blood on their hands. Sorry, ink on their hands.
Ink on their hands. It's not like... No, you know what? I would put it up there with, like, a really good martial arts movie, but with its own unique style.
Well, yeah, there's
this, like, drunken fighting that's really funny.
Not only that, but there are jokes within the fight scenes. There's this whole extended joke with Simon Pegg where he's just trying to get a drink of his beer, and he has to keep fighting off these opponents. It's awesome. And Nick Frost turns into, like, a badass.
Oh, Nick Frost is a fucking badass in this movie.
So he will knock you out.
If you've ever been like... Oh, Nick Frost is like the Luigi of Mario and Luigi. He never gets a turn. He gets his turn in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's badass.
Yeah, we stayed till this movie to the bitter end. Or lager end.
Oh, jeez. Let's save some lines for the actual movie.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. I'm really glad I remember this movie because I don't remember anything else from that. If you ever go to a screening that has a free after party... Mm-hmm. Don't go to the after party.
Oh, you want to tell that story?
No, I don't want to tell that story. I'm just like, it's right now. Like we're doing this review, and I'm really trying my best to remember everything about this.
Well, I'm gonna do a few points here. I thought it was really funny. I liked the fight scenes. Was there anything that you didn't like about the movie? And I like the chemistry between all the three people. It does, before we get into the bad stuff, not just bad stuff, but like the lesser stuff.
Yeah.
This movie, Shaun of the Dead, you think, it's a zombie movie. Hot Fuzz, you think it starts off, action, but this one, it kind of takes a while to get into the genre stuff. And that's not a complaint, just keep that in mind, and it slowly kind of creeps in, like, until it just kind of like, there's one scene in particular where like, what the fuck just happened? And that's
true. That's true.
The beforehand stuff I was liking, but once that scene happens, I'm like,
it really
all right, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
But I was still laughing at the beforehand stuff.
Yeah, but
now things I didn't
not
like.
as much as the later stuff, but
things that I didn't like about this movie. I'll be honest, man. I do. I mean, not just honest with you, but with everyone listening. I do have a bias for these movies, and it's because of being a fan of Spaced and everything else Simon Pegg's in, Big Train, and Nick Frost. I'm a fan of Nick Frost too, and
Attack the Block.
It's just like these group of people, like it's one of those things where I will see anything that they do or make, and I'm probably just gonna like it because I have this bias. Because they do, I honestly feel like. They make movies for me.
Yeah.
One of those, like, okay, they get me, they get what I like, they get the references that I'm going to understand.
You didn't say until after the credits when it said, thank you.
I don't know who that is, but no, I didn't say until after the credits, and they didn't mention my name.
God damn it.
But, But no, like, so I do have this bias where, you know, I'll probably find some stuff later on. Because, like, I have problems with Shaun of the Dead. I have problems with
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. You know, like, I wish Hot Fuzz had a little more action, especially given the fact that they're spoofing action movies. And I wish Shaun of the Dead didn't do certain things that it did, and it does have some plot holes. But with this, I mean, I guess if I do need to put out a complaint so as to not seem completely biased, I wish that the wrap-up was a little shorter.
Yeah,
And,
I was thinking that too.
I think the final shot could have been a little better. These are like little nitpicks. But that's like the only like real kind of problem I have with it.
I agree with you on the wrap-up. Like, it kind of, like, okay, looking back on it, I totally see what they did there. But, the way they get to it, I feel, is kind of like anticlimactic. I know that they couldn't...
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I mean, past, like, the post-climax.
Okay.
Which, even the climax itself, I didn't have a problem with. I liked it. I like what they did with it.
But my problem is
maybe it's a bias, maybe it's just... Well, I don't want you to say what happened.
No, I know, I just want to say, like, I know, you know...
It makes sense.
There's not I know that the writers would have had a hard time finding something out to do with that. But can you try a little bit? Like, it was funny and all, and it was really cool. But there's a point where I was kind of like, sorry, are you guys literally just saying fuck it right now? Like, okay.
Yeah, see, I don't feel that at all. But
all right.
That's just me. So yeah, I didn't really have many problems with this movie. It is one of my favorite movies this year so far. I think it's a great addition to the trilogy. I think it's a great send-off to the trilogy. You know, kind of like Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises has its flaws. It's not perfect.
It does.
But it's a really good ending to a really good trilogy. And that's how I feel about this one. It's not... It's maybe not as funny to regular movie viewers as the past two films.
Yeah.
But if you're like me, if you really, really dig these guys, if you love space and everything else they've been in, you're going to really love this movie.
Yeah.
And with that, I give it easily a 4 out of 4.
Wow. Well, if I could just... I was going to say one last thing. And that is... I like Simon Pegg as an actor. His character is a complete dick, but I can handle that. But there's a point where you go, dude! Don't give up! Don't care about the bar!
I don't know.
I don't get... You almost got killed! But, okay, I understood it, but maybe it's just I don't know, maybe it's just a character thing where it's like...
I think so.
I need to relate to you in somehow. Please! You're the main character. I need to relate to you somehow. Just... try.
You're also that guy in horror movies where you're like, could they just leave the house, please? Like, come on.
That's true.
I mean, so
that's true.
Yeah.
But no, I liked the chemistry between all the people. You know, whatever problems I had, you know, they're not a lot. And I just really found it funny. I thought the fight scenes were kick ass. Oh man. And yeah, it's a good addition to the trilogy. I give it 3.5 out of 4.
All right. So, after the movie, you went to the after party.
Mm-hmm.
What really happened that night?
Oh man, you won't believe it! It was crazy. First we.
Oh no! The world's end.
What do we do? Let's finish our drinks.